Athletes, the number one question I get is what's it take for Ironman success? And it all boils down to one thing: training consistency. And to train consistently, we need the right pieces of gear. Today's video, I'm going to break down my 5 most underrated pieces of triathlon training kit, how by adding these, you're going to be able to train more effectively, more often, and ultimately have a lot more fun. And make sure you stay till the end, because item number 5 has nothing to do with triathlon, but it's probably my favorite, most used piece of kit on this entire list. Let's dig in. All right, athletes, number 1 on the list of underrated triathlon kit is going to be the Shox Open Swim Pro headphones. These are an MP3 player that allows us to load music, very old school, onto the headphones and utilize them for pool swimming. For many of us, myself included, the swim is our weak sport. And when I started ticking up the distance in the pool from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4,000 meters, it got extremely boring until I finally purchased the Shox Open Swim Pro headphones. Having music for any workout, let alone our weakest and probably most boring, swimming in the pool, these things were an absolute game changer. Now, they do run $180 retail, which is one reason it took me about 2 years to purchase them. But good news, as of making this video this morning, these are currently on sale from online retails like thefeed.com or Amazon for $140. So if I was brand new to the sport today and I wanted to know one piece of gear that's going to help my swim training, the Shox Open Swim Pro are a must buy. Now make sure you drop a comment below. Let me know what piece of training kit you think is indispensable and if you want more videos around this content. Item number 2 on the list, also engineered to improve our swimming, and that's a pair of buoyancy shorts. In my hands here, I have a pair of the Roka Sim Pro 3 buoyancy shorts. These are about a 3mm neoprene short that's engineered to lift your hips in the water. What does that mean? For most new swimmers or experienced triathletes who are still terrible at swimming, we suffer from sinking hips. As our hips sink in the water, we lose correct anatomical position, resulting in more drag, less efficiency, and slower speed. Well, in come buoyancy shorts. These are engineered to add that extra volume and lift to your hips, bringing them up to more anatomical position so you can be more efficient, ultimately be faster, and the faster you are, the more fun swimming is. Now, there's many athletes out there that will say buoyancy shorts are cheating to them. I say, I don't care, because it all comes down to racing Ironman. And in those races, we have one of 2 environments. Number 1 is going to be wetsuit legal. Well, guess what? Buoyancy shorts are a wetsuit, and that's equivalent to what we're going to be wearing on race day. And environment number 2 is going to be salty, open water wetsuit illegal like Hawaii. Well, the good news, when you're swimming somewhere like the Pacific Ocean, extremely salty, salt adds buoyancy, giving you better lift and helping with your efficiency. So if you're struggling in the pool, if you feel like you're out of breath, if you feel inefficient, go out and buy yourself a pair of buoyancy shorts, and I guarantee they're going to make you train more consistently and have a lot more fun. Now, these are going to retail at about $185, so they're going to be on the pricey end. Couple things here. Roka does have sales about every 3 to 4 months, so keep your eye out. Or there's competitors in the buoyancy short market like Xterra and Zone 3 that offer their buoyancy shorts for about $75, $79. If I was new to triathlon today, I would definitely go out and buy myself a pair of buoyancy shorts. Item number 3 on the list is specifically engineered to help you eat more and drink more during your training sessions, and that is going to be a hydration waist belt. Now, I see so many athletes out there training without any sort of hydration or nutrition on hand, which I think is an absolute mistake. The number 2 success factor in Ironman behind consistency is going to be fueling and hydration, and having a quality waist pack with you is going to ensure you're practicing that nutrition and hydration strategy in all of your training sessions. Now here with me, I have the Amphipod 20-ounce waist belt. What I love about this is a full-size water bottle at 20 ounces, which allows me to always have enough hydration and nutrition in here for 1 hour increments, and then I refresh. Also, it has a get out of jail pouch. What do I mean by get out of jail? Well, when we start running low on energy, we need to top off with carbohydrates. So in here, I am always gonna have some sort of nutrition like an applesauce, and I will also have backup hydration, electrolytes on hand in case I get in trouble. This is something I wear on every single run above 3 miles, and I'm also gonna wear it in every single race. 70.3 or full Ironman. I know we have aid stations out there, but in case I get in trouble and I'm running low, I wanna have an emergency stash on me at all times. I think this is a must buy specifically for new triathletes, but for any athlete who's looking to get into endurance sports. Okay, number 4 on the list. This has really transformed my zone 2 training, and this is the Coros armband heart rate monitor. What I love about this is the ease of use. We simply are gonna slide it up our arm, and it's gonna sit right under our deltoid or our shoulder muscle there. Because it's so easy to use and it's so much more comfortable than a traditional chest strap, I have started to use this more and more frequently on both my running and my cycling training sessions. What it's going to allow me to do specifically is track my heart rate much more precisely than what my watch is going to do. So if I'm targeting specifically zone 2, which is so important for triathlon and endurance sports, this thing is going to help me consistently and accurately track it. Now, the other thing I love about this Coros is it retails for $79, which I feel for the accuracy and how much you're gonna use it is the biggest steal of any of the items I have on the list today. So if I were new to triathlon, one of the things I'd want to start dialing in right away is my zone 2 training, and having this Coros armband heart rate monitor is the perfect sidekick. Okay, last on the list, I said it had nothing to do with triathlon, but it's my favorite, most used piece, and that is a surf change robe. In my hand here, I have a Ho Stevie surf change robe. This thing is gonna retail on Amazon for $35, so it's a no-brainer. But what it's going to allow you to do is quickly change either between workouts or change at the end of workouts. This thing comes with me on every single trip, whether it be Costa Rica, whether it be Hawaii. It's gonna come on every single training session I have, from surfing to trail running. But where this becomes so key for triathletes is our brick sessions. As a reminder, a brick session is taking a long bike, like a 50-mile bike, and then immediately changing into run clothes and doing a 12-mile run, simulating a race. What the change robe allows us to do is go out, do our bike in our full bike kit, change discreetly but yet in public, and quickly get on our run. This thing is absolutely invaluable. It's made of towel material, which also gives it greater versatility. So if I need to dry off after an open water swim, I can use the change robe. If I spill something in the car or in the cooler, I can use the change robe. So this thing for $35, always going in my training bag, and I use it on almost every single training effort. It's definitely gonna make you train more consistently, and it will make training more fun. All right, athletes, I hope you enjoyed that. If there's something on this list that I forgot, drop a comment below and let me know what your most underrated training piece of gear is. And let's always remember, let's train hard, train smart, but recover better, and I'll see you on that start line.